Coronavirus self-defend fluids. Be one of the antivirus BlackBelt now. For your info, we will be infected if we accidentally miss out one hygiene step. Today we can get infected, because we don't know who is the carrier that is near us. Could be in a supermarket, shopping mall, restaurant, and scary part is public toilet or our apartment toilet. We have to take extra self-defend step before it happen. Self-defend step is our first priority to safeguard our family and loved ones, including yourself. Do you know that the presence of excessive unabsorbed minerals may cause arterial obstruction and internal body damage that can manifest itself in a myriad of modern diseases? Obstructing defense in our body. For example, they can precipitate to form kidney and gallbladder stones, hardening of the arteries, arthritis, heart trouble, and dangerous plaques. These plaques often lead to cardiovascular problems, and when joined with uric acid, may result in arthritic symptoms. We all know coronavirus, COVID-19 is a new, modern disease and there is no vaccine can be cure at this moment. Scientists have predicted vaccine will be created by 12 months or 2 years. To self-defense, safeguard perhaps we can drink LightEnhanced HD water. This HD water that have proof to prevent diseases, virus and even cure kidney, 4-stage patient, including waking up coma patient and more. Why tell you this? All this viruses is much more dangerous to a weaker health person. Drinking the right kind of water is one of the best natural protections against all kinds of diseases. If the body's cells become dehydrated, they shrivel up, making it easy for viruses and diseases to attack. Is never enough for our body even now we drink 8 glass or 1 gallon of water per day, study show. But we don't want to be a water tanker. Then how can we defend and fight all this virus? Water is a vital component of all bodily fluids, tissues, cells, lymph, blood, and hormones, and the mucous membranes need plenty of water to keep them soft and free from friction on their delicate surfaces. This light-enhanced HD water have been consumed and proven by consumers worldwide. You may listen or read the comment. It is a system that will make us wanting to drink more, and that is the magic of this light-enhanced HD water. You may want to read and listen to review from some consumer at the website stated later. Why you must drink HD light-enhanced water? And be one of the antivirus BlackBelt? See report from the expert and you will know why.
COVID-19 will attack mostly on a health issue person. According to expert news source at the New York Times that older people and those with underlying health problems like diabetes, heart disease or cancer tended to become more severely ill than younger, healthier patients. According to JAMANetwork.com, that in an interview with Dr. William Schaffner, an infectious disease expert at Vanderbilt University, said that there are biochemical indicators that a number of the body's organ systems are likely affected and you have an inflammatory response that is disrupting their function to some extent, Dr. Schaffner said. The lungs, heart, liver, kidneys and the systems that control blood clotting are all affected, Dr. Schaffner said, though it is not clear that the virus itself infects organs other than the lungs. The second JAMA report concerns 13 patients treated in 3 hospitals in Beijing from January 16 to January 29. They were younger than the Wuhan group, with a median age of 34, and no underlying diseases. Only one was over 50. The youngest was a 2-year-old. They did not become as ill as the Wuhan patients, and none died. The cases, mostly in healthy, young adults, should dispel the notion that only older people contract the illness. It can take a young, healthy person and make them sick, Dr. Schaffner said. That's clear from the healthcare workers and the young people in this report. Watch comment from a kidney member.
Give you plenty of time to just share your story, just be as detailed as you want to be, and I want people to really grasp the magnitude of what you're going to share, and so we're so grateful to have you with us here this evening.
Thank you, Brad, and hello, everybody. What I want to share is, around about 5 years ago, I was on a trip to Africa and came back and went to my doctor for a follow-up, 6-monthly follow-up, and walked into his office after the blood work a week later, and he said to me, he used these words, he said, "Dude, you've got a problem, I felt healthy and there was basically no problems with me. He said, "You're a man of 50, I'm 57 right now, and your kidney function is that of somebody that's an 80-year-old. You only got half of your kidney function. He said, and there's a serious problem. So as people know, and he explained to me because, it's sort of, wow, what's that? I was never aware of how far the bad kidneys will go, and sort of a shock to me when I started researching and what he told me. Thinking of the age of 50, you've got half of your function. And talked about dialysis, and he talked about a lot of things, down the road. And that sat in the back of my mind that day, and was always bothering me. And I went to a specialist, and the guy said to me, just drink water. And he upped my water to 1 gallon a day, and went every 2 months for a checkup. And to just fill in people, they look at the GFR on the sheet. If it's greater than 60 at my age, that was normal. My GFR was as low as 39, and it was hovering in the low 40s. And they actually had me on stage 3 kidney failure. That's what they call it, and that was on my medical records as well. So there was no product. I tried a lot of products, drank my water. We bumped it up maybe to, the high 40s, low 50s, and then it fell back to the low 40s again. So that happened for like 5 years. Big concern. So just to give you folks also another information, my wife has got a doctorate in pharmacy. She doesn't believe too much in some of these nutritional products, although we drink the normal omega-3s and vitamins and stuff for 30 years. But when I started with the product of ShopFreeMart, she looked at me and thought, man, it's one of those things again, So she called me Dr. Google. I was always looking for something to better my health. But in any case, it was in January, the first week or second week in January this year. I got a call from Joyce. That's my sponsor. I knew her from a previous company. And she said to me, Johan, there's a new company, and they've got a water that's much better than the water we've used. And she said, I'm sure it's going to help your kidneys. Because she knew I've got that kidney problem, and that's my biggest concern. She filled me in on the product, and I decided to sign up on my way from Atlanta to Ocala. I was in Atlanta for the day. So she signed me up. She did the order, and she also recommended that I use the Ciaga drops as well. So that was my order. The order arrived about January 15 of 2017. I started using the product, and my next checkup with the doctor was end of February. I've got the records here. Yeah. My blood was drawn February 17, so it was about 5 weeks later. I stepped into the doctor's office for my result, and he walked into the office, and he looked at me, and he said to me, there's something wrong. Your kidneys test normal. There's no sign of any kidney failure. And he was so surprised because he said to me, diet and this and that, every time you see me over the last 5 years, he was very concerned. He looked at me and he said to me, that might be wrong. I don't know. He said, but I think he said to me, it's either an act of God or a miracle. He said, let's do another test. Come back in 3 months. In 3 months' time, that was in May of 23, I walked into his office again. And by then, it's not just the kidney function that's testing normal, but a lot of my other blood work moved to the normal side. And what I want to tell people is that what I'm telling you now, I've used a lot of other products, but this is the first product that had changed my health. And, I can verify it. I've got it right in front of me. And, it's not fake news. It's not somebody tell you something that you don't believe. And I am amazed that product like Happy Water made me so happy. Well, my life changed because that sword over your head is gone. It was there the whole time. When is the next doctor's appointment that you're going to have? When they're going to tell you, listen, dude, you went so far, things are not working out for you. We have to take the next step and you have to go on dialysis, Just think of the turmoil in your life and your schedule, the extra money. This is a true miracle. I am so blessed to run into this company and share this testimony with you folks. And, Brad, if you want to ask me questions, go ahead.
I tell you what, John, do you have anything comes to mind you'd like to ask, Johan?
Well, I'm simply speechless.
That's true.
I give credit to God. Truly, it is a miracle.
Yeah, it is. And like he said, this is an act of God or a miracle, and it's both, because God is a miracle. So, it's just amazing. I don't know how many other testimonies of this we'll have in the future, but I encourage people is like, this is free, man. Water, how much does it cost you? Maybe $5 a month? By the way, my wife started drinking happy water, and she was a very skeptic about it. After these results, she started to drinking happy water, and she takes her bottle with her all the way. She's actually in North Carolina right now, and the first thing she put in the packings was happy water. So we've got her on board, so that's also a miracle.
Absolutely. I think you told me, Johan, that you asked her, why are you drinking my water? Well, I want the results you got, she said.
Yeah. I asked her, like you said, I said, but why do you start drinking happy water? She said, because I could see the results she had. Folks, it's not fake news. Here it is, right in front of me, because I've got the results, and I think I actually texted to Brad as well. And what do you say, Brad? Could you see the results?
Absolutely, I did. The proof is on the paperwork, and I tell you, right when I looked at that line where he had written on there, normal range. That range was normal for your kidney function. And so we look at the beginning of your story, and all the years of you trying to get those numbers up, and then we see in just a matter of a few months, whatever, on the product, and we see the obvious manifestation of what's going on. And, of course, we have just a tidbit of the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the real knowledge behind the happy water. But we also, overall, we really have to just say, God, thank you for the ability to make a product like that, because the rest is just in his hands, what really is going on with that water for people's bodies. And so the hydration ability and the making those molecules so small to where we can become super hydrated in such a fashion. Then as you add a decal and the Shiaga, that all just is adjacent to one another, bringing these kind of results. And so we'll just bring a call to action here this evening, folks. We wanted to make sure that...
Make sure to add 6 drops of FreeMart Hydration Drops concentrate to 1 gallon of a quality base water. Although I personally use and recommend distilled water, many people have reported great results when adding it to spring water or reverse osmosis drinking water. Hydration Drops makes for a very economical hydrating program, since 1 2-ounces bottle of FreeMart Hydration Drops will treat up to 198 gallons of drinking water.